this is going to have a countdown on it.
Oh, Lord.
Hang on, something cockeyed. Okay, I'm gonna, you watch the magic button there.
Oh, does that mean now? Okay. This is a real professional. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm just going to do a little blurb then that says this is kind of a part of a trilogy thing, and I'm going to do my part of the story and a little lead in from Hank's. This is a song I wrote called The Way That Hank Drank. When I fired Hank from the Opry, he said, "You can't fire me, I already quit." And he cashed the last $300 check they owed him. Had a friend buy a bottle with it. And he headed back home down to Alabama. And the whiskey took him again. Down that dead-end road it gets darker and faster, with a brick wall and death at the end. In Alabama they took him out to Lake Martin to sober him up and to keep him that way. But a man with the lovesick blues will always find a way to get the drink to numb the pain that comes with the lovesick blues. But there comes a time when, no, wait a minute, that's Hank's story, and this is my story. From an old glass thermos I pour cold coffee into a used tin can and light the one-burner propane stove on the floor of my old Chevy van. When the coffee boils, I reach for my pen with thoughts of another line to a song I call The Way That Hank Drank, roaming around in this head of mine. You see, I bought a book that told his story, and there was so much I never knew that he did. And it was a whole lot different than the movie Cheap Heart that I'd watched as a kid. Back then, when I was 14, and I just picked up the guitar, I had dreams that when I got out of school, by no time, I'd be a star. And I'd marry my childhood sweetheart when I had fortune and fame. 'Cause then I'd be good enough to ask for her hand, not hang my head in shame. Because my daddy drank the way that Hank drank. Yeah, one drink was too many, and 1,000 never enough. And I saw my daddy I swore I'd never touch the stuff. What I swore I'd never touch was the first thing that came to mind. To numb the pain when my dreams were shattered, and that girl turned out to be the cheating hard kind. And I turned my back on God and opened up the door and struck off down the road to hell. Holding back little, and what little I did, I soon gave up as well. 'Cause I believed that, like Hank Jr., I was part of a family tradition. And I was doomed, and I had Cain's blood, and there was no salvation for my condition. And I ran through hearts and lives for years like some evil hurricane. Till no amount of drink or drugs could begin to ease that awful pain. And I dreaded and feared the light that came with the dawn of each new day. And I cursed the sky because I was afraid to die, but I didn't know how to live any other way. Because my daddy drank the way that Hank drank. Yeah, one drink was too many, and 1,000 never enough. And I saw my daddy drink the way that Hank drank. And now I was caught in the trap of the devil's brew, and I couldn't get off the stuff. In the cool stillness of a late April morning, back in 1992, my hands shook and I needed a drink and a smoke. And I checked my pockets as I came to. No cigarettes, no money, no hope. My head pounding into that dreaded dawn. In a moment of clarity, I saw my life as it really was. And I knew that I couldn't go on. And I hung my head down and I trembled, stammered. And I said a small 3-word prayer. I said, God help me. Just that instant, the help I needed was there. You know, the way that I drank and the way that Hank drank was the way of a man possessed. And I don't know why that some have to die, but like my daddy and Hank, some do, I guess. And I don't know why that some, such as I, are gifted with a second chance. But I'm grateful that I have this higher power now to teach me how to do the right steps to this dance. 'Cause I no longer drink the way that Hank drank. No, I don't drink anyone, still too many. I know 1,000 wouldn't be enough, but I don't have to drink the way that Hank drank. And my life is so much better, I'm going to keep going around doing what I do. Writing my little songs, taking my dog down to the beach, throwing a tennis ball in the water. And I know all that don't rhyme, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. More will be revealed.
Well, all right then.